rappers. If I send addresses, they gon' come and
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and Laquel reporting with the facts, opinions, and BS straight from the top of the key. What's good?
You good, man?
Yeah, chilling, man. Just watching some basketball per the use. You know, I'm repping. You know what I'm saying? Repping the Golden State as I always do. You know,
Game 7.
they haven't announced any awards. They took the weekend off, so you know they're gonna get. Well, we still got the Coach of the Year, the MVP. And then any other imaginary awards that they like to make up. Still got some of those out there, I believe. But
Man, they got all the teams, the defensive teams, and the NBA teams.
yeah, they didn't announce sportsman what the good sportsmanship award. They didn't announce that one. You know it's gonna go to Mike Conley.
Yeah.
Speaking of these awards, do you think we gonna ever have another like J.R. Smith, Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford type that's just gonna run six man of the year like consecutive years?
I feel in Peyton Pritchard's role, he could actually run off one or two or three.
Yeah.
Because I don't see him being a starter in the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And I
I was
don't
gonna
see
say that that be the
break.
thing when you get that type of talent, they automatically it's like they move them into that starting lineup. They don't keep them, you know, on that bench.
Yeah, but with that team, because they have two players already on supermax contracts,
Hmm.
and they're still able to keep Porzingis happy with Derek White and Drew Holiday, they actually could probably keep him in that role. They could probably keep that team together, actually,
Look,
which is crazy.
everybody is predicting that that team is gonna blow up this summer because the question is with that new collective bargaining agreement is you got Jason Tatum and you got Jalen Brown. They're trying to figure out if because they drafted those players, if they're able to evade the luxury tax or minimize the luxury tax because they got those two top players. How, but if that does not count or if it does not matter, then they got to look at okay, we got to let some of these people go. Because if you look at all the talent that they have, especially when you got a Derek White who's playing better and better with every game, they're not going to be able to afford that team. So I was reading up on that like last week. So I'm eager to see. So people are already there expecting this. So they're already tapping in, trying to see like who, you know, nine times out of 10, out of the two, you letting go Jalen Brown out of the two. Or you're going to let Drew Holiday walk, Porzingis.
Listen, for those who watch this that don't understand what all of this is, the luxury tax is they give every team a cap where you're supposed to be able to pay all of your players within this cap. That way, some teams don't have super max players all over the place. LeBron, Jay, they don't have the Olympic team all on one team. The luxury tax is if you have players who you have drafted or you've already had, you beyond that cap, the owner will have to pay X amount of dollars out of his pocket. The luxury tax is the league gives you a certain cap that everybody has to stay under. The luxury tax is that money coming out of your pocket. So if the Boston Celtics go win another championship this year, what they're saying is the owner of the Celtics would have to trade away the two-time championship team because they don't want to pay the luxury tax.
Or as much of it.
That's all that is. They can afford this team because we're talking about billionaires. And we're talking about a team that, if things go the way that it's proceeding to go, would have won two championships. We're talking about two players who were drafted here. We're talking about all players who have at least 4 more years between Drew, Derek, Porzingis, Jalen, Jaden, or not said Jalen, Jalen and Jason. All of them at least have 4 more years of competing body wise. You, as an owner, could pay that 4 year luxury tax. You may not make the money that you were going to make if you traded away those players, but you could have that team together for the next 3 to 4 years if you take an extra 100 million in luxury. You're gonna come out of pocket 100 million. But look at what the organization for the Warriors and what these certain teams were valued at before they went on dynasty runs and after the dynasty run. Not the one-off teams, the Nuggets, Giannis, them. Those teams went up in capital too. They went from whatever they were and now what they were rated then. But the dynasties, when they bought Chicago Bulls and he went on a 6 year dynasty run, the Spurs, a small market team, what they're valued at because of their dynasty. The Warriors, a small market team, what they're valued at because of the dynasty. The Lakers dynasty, Boston dynasties. If you go on another 3, 4, 5 year dynasty run, stop looking at what you'll be paying next year. Think about what you could potentially have brought in over those 5 years. Yeah, you may pay 100 million in luxury, and it may feel away because it's going straight to them boys' pockets. That may bother some people, especially an owner that's writing a check from his wallet.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think that's why, look at it, that's why the Nuggets, after they won a championship, they let everybody go. And they kept just a few who they thought was the core. You see that with so many teams that's in the NBA, the NFL. Rarely ever do you see a team in the NFL win a Super Bowl and the main hitters, the main guys stay. It's the weirdest thing. You would think, don't you want that same level of success to happen again? And some of them be like, nah, they extra greedy, bro. So it's crazy. But
So
without
when y'all
further,
ask why
uh-huh.
LeBron couldn't get a team together in Chicago and why he left to Miami, the owners had just brought Chicago, just bought Cleveland, and when all them free agents bought Chris Bosh and all of them was free, and Mike Miller and all of them, Amari, all of them was free. He was like, "No, I don't. I'm not paying for nobody to come here. I just bought the team." That's why LeBron left Cleveland. We have a literally soup of free agents. That's why we got three of them, 4 or 5, three of them, Mike Miller, LeBron, and Chris Bonds, to go all to Miami. We got free agents out the ass this year because of our draft class. LeBron, like, oh, let's get by. What we about to do? The owner says, I'm not doing nothing. Oh, I need to get up out of here.
Yeah. So let's get into this playoff talk. We had some game sevens. Both game sevens were in the West. Everything was handled within the fourth through the sixth game in the East. So game seven Clippers, Nuggets. Quail said the series was over after the Aaron Gordon buzzer beater dunk. First in NBA history. He said the series was over. I said, but wait, there's more. I know the Clippers are going to come back and win. And we talked about what it was going to take for the Clippers to come back and win. But Quill said at the end of the day, the series is over. After that, the Nuggets is taking it, whether it's in 6 or 7. The Nuggets are taking it. And they showed up, showed out, and dominated in that game. But we going to pay our respects and tip our hats to the Nuggets, but we have to take our shots at James Harden. How is it you don't show up in game seven? I think what you scored 7 points on 9 shots. 7 points on 9 shots in an elimination game. A winner go home. Norman Powell role was significantly reduced when the robot Kawhi Leonard came back. If James Harden was going to take that role, Kawhi Leonard go ahead be that guy, but Norman Powell should have maintained something because when there was no Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell was out there hitting all them shots. He was out there carrying the load. And unfortunately, James Harden chose to ride the horse, to jump in the rucksacks of Zubac and Kawhi Leonard. And when I go and I see Derrick Jones Jr. is your second leading scorer in the offense, in your starters, and he got a whopping 12, we got a big problem. A big
Yeah.
problem. And you seen collectively every single starter in the Nuggets lineup had double digits. Westbrook, I love his lack of vert compared to, man, when my kids watch him, I'm like, y'all don't understand, bro, what Westbrook was like. He was electrifying and just crazy. Go ahead and count that one too. It was just crazy. But he dunked the ball and he sent him a message. He swung on that rim, and I'm like, he about to get a technical and he got it. He said, I don't give a fuck. Give me that technical. Get them the fuck out of here. And I said, man, that's crazy. Because I would love to see you get an NBA championship, but it ain't gonna be this year. But I love that energy though. What you got, Quill?
Yeah, showing up, I knew that the only way you beat the Nuggets is if James Harden show up the way he showed up in Game 6. That's the only way. The
Yeah.
aggressive James Harden. I'm okay with James Harden giving me 6 assists, but 18, 19, 20, 20, getting up there in the points because of Jamal Murray. When you don't make him work and you don't make Aaron Gordon have to switch and guard, Aaron Gordon don't have to guard nobody now
Right.
because they're okay leaving Michael Porter Jr. and you switching back and forth on Kawhi because they know Kawhi's gonna get his 20. Cool, cool, cool. Zubac gonna get his 15, 16, 20. Cool. As long as James Harden had 13 assists, right?
Yeah.
But
I have to
nobody
go
else
back
on the
and look.
team had over 12 points. So all of your assists were deferring to your number two option.
James Harden, 13 assists. Yes, that's right. Only person over 12, you had Kobe Brown, and he scored 13 in 8 minutes. Let's let that sink in. 13 in eight
So he
minutes.
wasn't in the game with James.
No. And then you got 22 from Kawhi.
So
22
most of
from
your
Kawhi.
assists was going to Kawhi and Zubac. You commenced to being a pass the ball up. Y'all do whatever. I'm gonna sit back and hope for the best.
Yeah.
That's not
But
gonna get it done.
looking at
Because
this,
once Jamal Murray turned his engine on in this series, you have to match that every single game. Because Kawhi trying to do whatever he can to match Joe Jokic. He can't do what Jokic do, but he at least give him whatever he can.
and
When
speaking
Jamal
of
Murray
Jokic,
turned his engine up, you have to match that every single game.
speaking of Jokic, I hope it's something that the NBA learns and that the Nuggets learn. Jokic don't gotta do the triple double shit for y'all to win. I
Mm-mm.
hope everybody just learn because Jokic, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. That's what he did in the game 7 elimination game. Every single starter had double digit points. You don't need that. You don't now if you say, okay, what if the starter on their team give you 40, all this other stuff? I'm pretty sure either you lose that game, but y'all won by 19. So even if the starter gave you, let's if Kawhi gave you 40, there was just another 18, y'all still win that game by one because you won by 19. Because what Kawhi had 22? Yeah, he had 22. So he give you another 18, get up to 40. That's what that is. It's like you still win that game. So I hope people pay attention to that. They don't necessarily need him to go off for that. But going back and assessing that matchup, I low key wanted the Clippers to win because I want that defense to go against OKC. That's what I want. I want that defense, and then the presence that Zubac is going to present in that matchup. OKC don't have anybody like Hardenstein. I feel like he gonna do his damage, but if he in foul trouble, Chet is
Jokic gonna
barbecue chicken.
dominate. Jokic gonna dominate this series
Yeah, but I was looking at
because
defense, but I
yeah,
also
but
didn't want the
defensively,
Clippers to win because if
but
we
Aaron
continue,
Gordon,
well, hold on,
Jalen
hold
Wood.
on,
If you've been
hold on.
watching the
I'm gonna
first
turn it over to
series,
you. Hold on, but I didn't. I wanted the Nuggets to win because all season the Clippers been mopping us, and if we go to the Western Conference Finals, I didn't want us to get swept because they've been mopping us all season. So that's all I had. So I was in a diabolical man versus self conflict, but the bigger the better team won. You got it, Quill.
Aaron Gordon and Jalen Williams, that matchup gonna determine the series. Of the players out there, Kawhi can guard Jalen Williams, but Aaron Gordon being that grown man strength, his 6'10", actual 6'10", he's really 6'10", and Kawhi would have to play up to that 6'9", 6. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Williams, he only 6'5", 6'6", but you're gonna have to put. He puts pressure on the rim. He gonna
Yeah,
shoot. He's gonna just because if you look at the last series, it's not like Shea went out there and scored 30. I don't think he scored 30 a game. Maybe one game he even got to 26.
and he ain't had to
So
play a lot.
yeah, the consistency of what was going on in those games was that Jalen, Chet, Hardenstein that pressure on the rim is a lot. But I think that rebounding wise, none of them size wise. Now y'all tall, but I think none of them size wise are gonna beat Jokic up. I think the only center
Yeah.
in the with Zubac, the only center in the playoffs, because Porzingis not size wise. None of
Mhm.
the Hat got some thickness to him. You know,
Steven
Julius
Adams.
Randle and Gobert, they give you some solid. They both solid, but other than that, Hardenstein just he not really one of them country fair white boys. He a city slicker. You know what I'm saying? And Chet, come on, like
Chet Slender Man.
so I feel like Jokic this is gonna be the 15, 16 rebound, but he gonna have the 5, 6, 7 assists because
Yeah.
they wings Jalen and Shea gonna fly around. It's gonna be harder for I mean Michael Porter didn't have a series last year. I think it's gonna be the same thing in this series, but
Yeah.
harder for Jamal Murray. But I think Aaron Gordon, he might average 25, 26 because his just athleticism at the rim,
Yeah.
you're going to force Hardenstein and Chet to have to block you at the rim, be rim protectors. And
And
I feel like that's going to lead a lot of fouls.
and what's crazy about Aaron Gordon is he's a power forward turn perimeter player. So even if you want to take him down to that block, he's in the league running the four. Like back when the fours were at four, they on the other block.
Before,
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I
he
think
had to
that's
guard
the
Zach Randolph.
that's the plus for that's the plus. Zach Randolph, Paul Millsap,
Yeah,
Al
he had to
Horford.
guard them boys. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't even want that smoke. But I really think the biggest factor in that matchup, Nuggets versus the Rocket, I mean Nuggets versus the OKC is gonna be the pace. I think it's gonna be the pace.
Yeah, because they gonna move they gonna run. So Jokic,
Yeah.
this gonna be the conditioning for Jokic. Because
Mm-hmm.
Hardenstein and Chet, if you ask me, should be able to rim run, as like put pressure on Jokic to have to get back, get back, get back,
Yeah.
get back, get back. You know what I'm saying? Like a Clint Capella athlete. Like if I was one of them, my whole practice this week would be every shot that go up, you get out in transition and you run. Make
Facts.
Jokic for the whole 7 games run from rim to rim every play. I don't care. I don't care if you don't get a pass to you. for 38 minutes. That 39th minute might be the first pass you get for running the floor, and he tired.
Yeah.
And then 30, then 40, then we got a whole 6 points because you just then tired him out the whole game. Now
Yeah.
he's empty the last 4 minutes.
Yeah. And we're gonna see what that fast pace, what that's gonna, or how that's gonna affect the, I mean, how the altitude's gonna affect the Thunder's fast pace. The air is thin up there, you know. Then-
Yeah, but I think that Aaron Gordon and Jokic's physicality, like they
Yeah.
just want to hit you when you come through the paint, put a body on you. I think for Chet and Hardenstein and Jalen Williams, for him coming to the paint as much as he do, I think that that's gonna wear on him. Like I know Shea gonna get his love, but he comes to the paint a lot too. He gonna get a lot of switches on him too, and his
Yeah.
switches ain't step back threes. His switches is come get a bump. Okay, cool. Well, hit me, Aaron Gordon. Okay, okay, you switched on to me, Jokic. Okay, you cool. Do your little shoulder into me. Cool. I'm absorbing all of that. So
Yeah.
I think that might help with them being some solid. Little things might have to play this series because you go literally the two MVPs are playing each other. This is
Okay.
this one.
So what you think games? It's gonna be 7 games?
Yeah, I hope it goes 7. I hope it
Seven.
goes 7 just for the basketball world.
And regardless who you taking out, who you think
Uh,
winning?
I think I like OKC. For some reason, I keep picking the Nuggets to lose, and they won this series. The X factor of Westbrook is something I'm not calculating in because
Yeah.
we literally don't know what we gonna get.
But
So
you
he could
know,
literally win a game.
I think you're gonna get meaningful basketball from Westbrook because this is he was once the franchise player there. When it's all said and done, his number will be retired there. So it's going to be significant basketball,
And
heartfelt
he playing
basketball.
OKC, bro. Like
That's what I'm
that's
talking
like
about.
I feel like Westbrook is playing against OKC, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
You never know what he might go get you off the bench first 4 plays. He ain't a 3-point shooter. He's so lit he could go hit 4 threes right there. He lit. The crowd love they love Westbrook. They don't
Yes.
know not to cheer. Everybody lit. He is crazy, bro.
And he
This
didn't leave on no hater shit. They're going to cheer for Westbrook.
is going that Westbrook like they don't. This could be the kryptonite to OKC. I'm a bigger OKC star than you, Shay. Like literally, like you're trying to win an MVP, bring MVP to OKC. I done it. Like,
Yeah.
you're trying to get to the finals. When I wore this jersey, we got to the finals.
Yeah, but
Like
he ain't gonna want to talk about that because they got to the finals and didn't show up. They got their ass whooped by
hey,
Miami.
it don't matter. You still got to get past me.
Yeah.
Don't let Westbrook get the crowd bumping. Like,
Let me see. So we got the other game 7 going on right now. The Warriors versus the Rockets. It's 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Um, I said what I need is us to meet their physicality. I hated watching game 5. I conceded that cool, pull the guys out, get them more rest. Game 6, we should have won. We didn't show up. We played the dumbest ball. We played chess or bitch basketball by just fouling. But we didn't do that. We didn't even do that strategically because we didn't put rebounders in the game when we knew we were going to foul Steven Adams and send it to the free throw line. We didn't put the Trace Jackson Davises and the Kevon Looney's. We had Draymond. Draymond's not a rebounder. Let's call a spade a spade. No, he's not a rebounder. He's not going out there averaging 9 rebounds a game. We had little guys in there. And then I believe on one possession, only one possession did we actually convert and score a bucket. Everything after that, either Steven Adams made both free throws, or they got the rebound and got the bucket, or they got the rebound and got the foul, or they got the rebound and got the bucket and the foul. That's what happened on everything after that because we didn't put rebounders in the game. So if you're going to play that game, cool. But be smart with it. Make it worthwhile. Put your rebounders in the game. Kevon Looney, I'm matching his minutes with Steven Adams. I don't see how we can't do that, how that don't make sense. And then you tell your team, y'all have to be ready to score. When Kevon Looney go set a screen for Steph Curry gets double teamed, and guess what? Kevon Looney rolls to the basket, not even looking for the ball. But in this game, I seen Kevon Looney go and attack 2 times in a row because they blitzing Steph Curry and he rolling to the basket with full intent of going. So what I would like to see is put Trace Jackson Davis in there because he's going to go up. Trace Jackson is going to elevate, and it's going
He's
to be
trying to
beautiful.
dunk on something.
It's going to be beautiful. I just need him not to run around like a robot. We had that in Wiseman. We got that in Kaminga. Don't run around like a. Nah, loosen up,
You see
bro.
the
Catch the
layup
ball.
Kaminga missed early. Was it Kaminga got in the game? Missed the little.
Look, Kaminga got in 4 minutes. I ain't seen him since. Like, I hate the fact that we mishandled that situation. We chose to prioritize the future just to drop the ball. We could have kept Andrew Wiggins if we was gonna do this. But I get it. We didn't know he wasn't gonna fit. I don't think it's that he doesn't fit. I think you just can't coach. I think it's more. I think it's more to that situation, and it's the cover up. It's the cover up. This is what we're gonna say because this is what makes sense, but it doesn't because you'll insert Gary Payton. You ran with Kaminga, you know what I'm saying, at a time when Andrew Wiggins, you ran with Kaminga at a time when Andrew Wiggins wouldn't even fucking shoot the ball. So come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all letting them get hot. So, but I mean, I feel like if we maintain our intensity, Steve Kerr, you taking a long time putting Kevon Looney in the game. You know we need them second chance opportunities. You taking too long doing that. Let's either let your assistant coaches really be the coach. Just don't start coaching because that's when you start fucking up. What you got, Quill?
Same thing. Massive physicality. We should be winning this game because we've gotten good looks from Steph. He just ain't knocked the most of them down. So the remainder of this game, just capitalize. Keep shooting. Keep going. We've been winning and from Buddy. Buddy didn't win off.
22 and a half.
Yeah, so just keep hooping, bro.
Yeah.
Keep hooping. The shots gonna fall.
But I had told you because you was trying to put your lineups in. I said, Steph, I don't know because we done seen him only score 3 points against this team before. So they know how to lock in and he knows how to fold against this team. So right now he only got 3 points, 1 for 8 from the field, 1 for 6 from the three. But he got 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. So that's cool. But we need you on offense too. We need you at least looking like a threat on offense to where you're demanding this attention. Because how they treating you, they're gonna go treat Buddy that same way if you don't show up and show out. So it's time for
Mm.
you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up, my dog.
Yeah, but the way he contributed in other ways, hopefully it's still enough to win the game.
Yeah. I feel like Guy Santos can give us meaningful minutes. We didn't play Quentin Post so many minutes, and Quentin Post ain't did shit. Like he's a rookie. He already soft. He not ready for this moment. You gotta rotate him out and bring in some other people. But I'm gonna leave that game where it is 60, what is 61, 50, 55. What they got on the table right now? Oh, guess who hit that 61st point? That boy Steph Curry left him. Get the cooking, Steph. You gonna piss Quell off now. Now, the other game we had today already wrapped up. Go ahead, talk about. We done moved smooth into the round two. Our first round two games today. The Cavaliers versus the Pacers. Beautiful basketball. Full team versus almost full team. I already predicted this is gonna be marvelous. I told my kids and whoever I talked to, I got the Pacers in game one solely because Darius Garland was not playing. I got him in game one solely because Darius Garland was not playing that game. So with Darius Garland not playing, I don't think the Cavs got enough in this first game to win. Now they're gonna go home, they're gonna watch some film and see how the Pacers maneuvered in that game and make some adjustments, and maybe they're able to win game two with no Darius Garland if he doesn't play after looking at some film. But the Pacers is too strong of a team. Every single person on that team, they all looking to deliver. They all looking for the best. I feel like they all looking for the best play. Like that Tyrese mentality when we look and see that his assist has taken a hit this year, I think it's because everybody's looking for the good play. So if I got the bucket, I got the bucket. But if you got the bucket, I'm dishing and you got it. And they really locked into that team mindset. That's how I feel about that first game.
Watching them play earlier, realized that Garland is missed.
Oh yeah.
Because I went back, I was over there watching the game, and I had to go back to Garland. What was Garland actually doing when he was playing? Oh, he was 20 and 7 a night,
Garland is attention, bro.
like 20 and 7 a night. So
Garland is savvy basketball.
yeah, like watching Sam Merrill try to go in there and play, and it's like you're not starter, you're not starter material. Like you're decent, you're a good player, but when Namhar started chopping,
5 for
you're
six
not
from
getting
three
out there
type
fast
chopping.
enough to them. Y'all gotta y'all gotta start one of them other boys. And I know y'all don't want to start Ty Jerome or DeAndre Hunter. I know y'all don't want to. Y'all want to keep them coming from the bench, but Sam Merrill can't match what them other boys gonna do. Neesmith, you see the cross step back from Neesmith. I mean, from
Bro,
Nemhard.
you asked me was Neesmith gonna get 3 rebounds? Hell, that boy had 8.
Well, light skin hit him with the. And he listen when you watch them play.
Yeah,
Halliburton's the point guard, right? The little light skin Nemhard, he got that hole on the string when he
but
dribbled that bit.
bro, the man
His
got
handle
confidence.
is tight as a like. It's like when you watch Trey Young. When you ever watch Trey Young just hoop against just regular people, how he got that bitch on the string. Nemhard got handled.
And that boy, he
He
got handles and he got heart and he got confidence. He's really like, I'm about to apply pressure. That think about the game winning, the types of game winning shots he has taken. He didn't take game winning shots where he's like, I got the ball, I got this. He took game winning shots like, give me the ball, I'm going here. It's happening. It's happening. I rocks
Nemhard
with
like
it,
that.
bro. I rocks with them heart. I rocks with it. I
Like I
rocks with it.
always thought Ben Mathurin was the only one that could create one on one. Nemhard can create whenever he
It's
wants.
and he emerged when Tyrese went out. That's when Nemhart said, "Get in the backpack.
Like
Get in the
I'm talking
backpack."
about it just I was looking like, oh snap, they might not lose this series. Because if you watch Cleveland, they are a really great shooting team. It kind of remind me, and I love my Warriors. We hooping right now. It remind me of like the 2014
Yeah,
Warriors when we were becoming ourselves and we were stepping into ourselves. The confidence we built in shooting. Because watching Max shoot and get hot, watching Donovan just control what he do, but watching Mobley just step into certain threes at times, it's like, oh, okay, like y'all really, and then DeAndre Hunter and Tyler Ramos shoot that bitch. It's like, oh, y'all are great, y'all really good shooting team.
yeah, this gonna be a beautiful matchup, bro.
They ran into
a really good shooter.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
all y'all can shoot. They was like, we can all shoot too.
And we believe,
Everybody
my
over
boy.
here got a burner too.
No lie. No lie. Top of the key. Y'all heard it first. You already know what time it is. Round 2 coverage coming at y'all Wednesday. Stay tuned.
Ready? Hope you pack shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn. You